Please stop!
What's up guys, it's Tajae here, back with another Last of Us Part 2 informational video, and today I actually want to touch on the smartness of the AI in The Last of Us Part 2. And the reason why I'm actually touching on this again is because we do have more information on how they work. But before we get into today's news, if you guys could go ahead and throw a brick at the like button, let's shoot for 350 likes, as well as subscribe to the channel with post notifications on, because I do upload daily Last of Us Part 2 quality content. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So depending on how long you guys have actually been watching the channel, you would actually already know that we've talked about the enemy AI improvements multiple times. Some of those improvements actually consist of our AI, having names, like real life names that they call each other by. They have like these relationships with each other that makes the game feel more realistic. The AI's awareness in the game has been very much improved upon. As you guys know, in the first game, they kind of just like walked these like endless routes looking around for you, and it kind of felt like the NPC was like on a randomized set path. And we have seen in The Last of Us Part 2 that is actually no longer, and just by the way they even move around the areas as they look, it just feels way more realistic. Like their animations that they have just walking around and how they like peek corners and everything, I feel like it's way more realistic. Like it feels way more grounded, way more tense. What's awesome about how they actually try to sniff you out is that they take whatever information that they see or the lack of information that they've gotten, and they'll make sure to relay it to other NPCs and communicate what they've seen or what they didn't see, and they'll use that information to better try to find your location and where you're at, which I think that's amazing. And it's cool that we got to see that inside the E3 gameplay demo as well as the 2019 gameplay reveal. And then something else we actually talked about here on the channel with the AI is that this is like a problem with the first game that I just could not stand, and that's when one enemy actually sees you, then automatically everybody else in the game awareness is locked and pinpointed onto where you're at. In The Last of Us Part 2, they actually fixed that. If one enemy sees you, you won't have the entire camp of enemies around the entire level zoning in where you're at. Like they actually have to report to each other, and they have to get the information to actually come and zone in on you, or you have to obviously make the noise. Like pretty much if you get seen by an enemy with his eyes, you don't have the entire gang just knowing your exact location. Now those are all great improvements with the AI, but just recently we got wind of something even better that they cooked up for the AI in this game. So I'm actually going to read this article over from GameSpot, and they actually interviewed Anthony Newman, and he actually spread some more light on the AI. So I'm about to go ahead and show you guys what he said. Naughty Dog has given the enemy AI in The Last of Us Part 2 a big upgrade. So the foes you'll be going up against are smarter and will try to track you down with some deductive reasoning and tricky tactics. Our AI now has a new state of awareness between complete awareness of your position and totally unaware of where you are. The Last of Us Part 2 co-director Anthony Newman said in an interview with GameSpot, "We sometimes call that vague knowledge. For example, even if you were to stealthily take down an enemy with a silent weapon, such as a bow or pistol with a silencer attached to it, another enemy can still find the body, look at where the arrow or bullet is lodged into their comrade, and infer which direction they were attacked from. They'll then begin their search for you in that general direction, using any bodies you drop to hone in on your position. Of course, you can prove to be smarter by utilizing the enemy's own search patterns against them. Not only does this make them more intelligent to new situations where these systems can cause more intense moments to transpire for the player, it also gives the player the opportunity to make predictions," Newman said. "We all know human beings, we interact with human beings every day. We can make predictions about what they're going to do next by having these more refined and nuanced layers of knowledge and perception and coordination. Players can make better and better predictions and make more refined strategies about what to do next." Even if you're able to consistently outsmart the new enemy AI, don't expect combat to be a walk in the park. Naughty Dog wants there to be an emotional toll to combat as well. The Last of Us Part 2 is meant to be unsettling, Newman said. "I think along with honestly every aspect of the game, narratively, mechanically, and technologically, the AI was just one facet of the game that we really wanted to take to the next level and ask, what can we do that's next gen? In this regard, individual enemies now have their own names, and their friends will mourn and call out to them when they discover their murdered corpses. It's just been another aspect of the game that helps to really highlight that within the context of The Last of Us Part 2 story, your actions are questionable, and even if they seem motivated by what feels like truth and justice." Now this is like technology that I've never seen in a video game, because usually whenever enemies find like a dead comrade, they just get on alert mode and they start looking around. Well, in this game they'll actually dissect their partner's body and just see exactly which direction the threat actually came from. Now that's just amazing to me. That's something really cool, and they'll use that information to go and track you down, and along the way as they find other bodies and let's say different clues that you've left in your wake, they'll use more of that type of information to closer pinpoint where you're at, what was communicating with other NPCs, and that's just amazing. That'll make the gameplay so great and so much fun. There's one more thing I actually want to talk about that Anthony Newman talked about, and That's like every character in the game having a heartbeat. Now, a lot of you guys already probably heard about this just because this has been in the news for a while, and pretty much Ellie gets stressed in different situations. You can hear that in audio cues from her breath. So let's say she's like sprinting really fast. Of course, you know, you'll get like the heavy grunting of like, you know, her breathing and calming down. When enemies come closer, you know, she picks up in breath. Pretty much like she has like a true sense of like feel in this world. And also enemies have the same exact thing. What's even cooler about this whole thing is that clickers, you know, even the infected are like affected by this new system. So I think it's just really cool that they're even making like the NPCs of this game, such as the infected and the other human enemies, have this same feel of realism to them, even though they're not even like the main focus of our worries. Usually we worry about how Ellie feels, but now we can even see how the NPCs feel, which just makes the game feel that much realistic, which would increase why the game would feel so tense. So in turn, this mechanic is definitely helping out the point they're trying to put across here with this game. So yeah, that's pretty much everything we know about the AI this far. Of course, this is like the most advanced AI I've ever seen in a video game, hands down, no discussion at all. So yeah, now that I've shared my thoughts and relayed the information to you guys, if you guys can now share your thoughts to me about the information down in the comments below, I love to read and see what you guys have to say, and you know, see what you guys think about this new AI advancements. If you guys could actually go follow me over my social medias at Tajae Moment on Instagram and Twitter, you'll be able to connect with me more casually, as well as see what my next video topics or ideas would be, or whenever I'm going to be live streaming. And yeah, if you guys could make sure to throw a brick at the like button, let's shoot for 350 likes, as well as subscribe to the channel for brand new with post notifications on, because I do upload daily Last of Us Part 2 quality content. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another banger.